Yo, Steel Mills, what's the deal, man? I'm on the motherfucking road heading to Broken Bow, Nebraska. Niggas in the city ain't ever even heard of that shit, man. You know, yeah, Nebraskans ain't heard of half of these cities outside the city of Omaha, man. Hey, that's just how it goes. The Peep Gang, bro. Keith Thurman versus motherfucking Shawn Porter has allegedly been in talks. I'm gonna have to say it, bro. Who cares? You dig? I'm gonna watch the fight most definitely because I pulled for both of them niggas, but it's a fight that's already been solved before, man. And I think for Shawn Porter, it would kind of be, would it be a step back for Shawn Porter? I don't think it would be a step back for Shawn Porter. I don't. Because it's like he's fought all the top dogs in the division. You know, it's like he can afford to do this. Yeah, all right, cool. I get Shorty the rematch. Thurman, on the other hand, no. This is a step back for Thurman. It's a step back for Thurman because if you beat Shawn Porter, what do you gain out of it? You beat Shawn Porter because you already beat him once. What do you gain out of it? That's not gonna get you closer to a title bout. Nobody, I highly doubt anybody will respect that. I mean, I think they'll respect it. I think they'll respect it, but it won't be like, I mean, they'll be like, you've done it before. Why did you feel the need to do it again? Why? It's like him going up to 154 to get a rematch with Danny Garcia. Why? What's the purpose of you doing this? I don't know. I'm starting to have mixed, you know, reserved feelings about Thurman, man. I didn't think that he wanted to just cash out. You know, a part of me still thinks he wants to go on a campaign as a champion. You know, yeah, go on a campaign as a champion again. I do. I think that's what he wants, but through action, I don't know. Some shit makes sense to motherfuckers. Some shit just makes sense to motherfuckers, even if it's completely illogical. It just makes sense to them. And after they get through that one hurdle, I bet now we on, you know, this forward progression to the next obstacle. But I just don't understand how this makes any sort of sense. If you get beat, coming off a 2-year layoff to a dude that you just lost, that you already beat, you're gonna get not like it. A lot of people ain't even looking to get direction to begin with. They don't even mention you a lot. They don't mention you when they talk about Porter and Bud and Manny and Spence. They don't mention you because you've been so inactive. You've had 2 fights in 4 years. You don't think niggas is like, he's done. There's already people speculating that shit done. But I don't think this is the fight to get you back to where it is that you need to be. Because you're not gonna get credit if you beat him because you've already beat him. And if you lose, that's gonna be that's gonna be a wild shot at your credibility. I don't think it's a good fight. I think no, it's a good fight. History is proving it's a great fight. History's proving it. But to what avail? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been there, done that. Why are you hustling backwards? That's that's what they're gonna say. Like, you've done this already. You've done it before. Why can't you get in with a fresher face? Ugas would have been a better pick for you than Shawn Porter. Because you've never seen Ugas. That's a fresh fight nobody has seen. And we want to see you in there with somebody. That's what we want to see you in there with somebody, you know, a quality opponent. You dig what I'm saying? That's, you know, that can push you. Ugas, it was a controversial loss with him and Shawn Porter. That's a makeable fight. And I mean, shit, you just gonna go balls to the wall, say fuck a tune-up. You may as well got in there and fought Ugas. You may as well. Up until recently, Ugas was a champion. And once again, it's a fresher fighter. I don't know how this makes sense to you, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about with niggas wanting to be this, you know, take on this business acumen, which is dope. Like, I'm not knocking it, man, but if you're gonna take that role and you're gonna allow your decisions to, you know, override your managers and your promoters and shit, make sure it's the right move. We've seen this before. We don't want to see you versus Shawn Porter again. I'm sorry. At least not now. Not now. I'm sure it's going to be a good fight. Just like Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz was a good fight. But didn't nobody want to see that? Nobody wanted to watch that. I don't even know. And y'all had the nerve to put it on pay-per-view. I don't know what is going on with the PBC side of the street, my nigga. But this pay-per-view shit, like, y'all niggas is burned out. We gonna talk about that Gervonta Davis shit in another video as well. But yeah, man, this isn't a good. It's a good look because the fight historically is proven to be an action-packed fight. So it's a good fight from that paradigm. But for what it is, that if you're trying to go on another championship campaign, it's not gonna get you no closer to that. Ugas would have been that dude. Ugas, okay, he beat Ugas. I bet. Maybe we can get in. Maybe we can look at it. It'll force the conversation. But you know what I'm saying? You kind of looking like out of time Keith Thurman, out of time Thurstman. The way you look, the way you clapping at Earl Spence, that nigga is not looking to get direction. And he's very unapologetic about it, and he's not switching his stance. It would take a miracle for the public to sway that man's mind to get you to get him a match. It would take a miracle. Because at this point, he's like, I don't give a fuck about it. No, fuck Keith Thurman. You's a corny dude. I'm good. That shit can sell. Because you have nothing to offer him. You can't talk that fight me or get out of the division when he was trying to fight you for years. And you openly ducked him. Now that he's in, you know, he's an HNIC up there, what makes you think, man, you a peon now? And Shawn Porter is not going to get you closer to a fight with that nigga. It's just not going to happen. Even though it's a great fight, history has proven it. It's hustling backwards on, you know, for you. For you. Shawn Porter, at this point in time, if for him to fight you, it would be, I have an opportunity to avenge one of my losses. One of my 3 losses. So cool, yeah, we can run that back. With you, you've already beat him. You know, and this was I'm not going to say a fresher Shawn Porter, because I still think Shawn Porter is at his peak. But it's still a Shawn Porter, you know, you beat a game Shawn Porter. He was just younger. Y'all were both younger. In a great fight. You gained nothing from this. You would have been better off fighting a Jaron Ennis or Cal Velasquez. Or like I said, Ugas. Ugas should have been in the scope. I don't know, like I don't follow. I've told y'all before, I don't follow contracts and all that. I don't know if a contract was sent between the 2 of them. I bet that, but I don't know if Ugas was in your scope. I don't know, because you was real life trying to finesse a fight. You was trying to find a way to finesse your way into a fight with Spence and supersede Ugas. And at that time, Ugas had a title. So I don't even know if you was looking to fight Ugas. And just, you know, y'all dudes just, y'all, man, this is why I say, man, integrity. Money has gotten to, y'all have gotten to a point where money is just overriding everything in common logic. You see that big bag right there. You see a fight that once was presentable to you, or presented to you, and now it's no longer there. You for some reason still think you have this you have some pull to where you can make that shit happen. No, you don't. You don't. Earl Spence is one of the faces of boxing, one of the more familiars of the sport. You're not. You wasn't selling like that. Not Dolo. I'm just saying, man, like, it's time to come down off your high horse, man, and just get right back on the logical thinking. Because this is getting a tad bit ridiculous. not even a tad bit ridiculous. This is very ridiculous. You can't convince me that a Shawn Porter fight is beneficial to you in your career at this moment. Because you have so much to lose and nothing to gain from this fight. You can't convince me that a Shawn Porter fight in your, at this point in your career is more important than a Ugas fight. There's just no way. There's no way. So what is we doing, man? Like, you a nigga I pull for. You my dog, man. I done told niggas that I get chastised for defending you. I get chastised for defending you. Stop making a fool out of me, man. God damn. You making shit hard. You can't sit here and tell me Shawn Porter is a logical opponent. Yeah, we're gonna go and run that shit with Shawn Porter so I can get back into this title contention. You're not gonna get into title contention through Shawn Porter. It's not gonna happen. Because you've done it before. Y'all, man. Ugas at this point is not a champion. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't know if they reinstated Manny's title back. I don't know. I heard that they were planning on doing it and they need to do it, but I don't know. But if he is not, that right there, a fight between you two could be a title eliminator. I mean, shit. Y'all have one loss. They just took Manny's belt. If it's true, they took Ugas' belt away from him and reinstated Manny. Go for it like that. If you're just gonna jump back into the fucking fire, cool. You don't need no tune-up, cool. Jump back into the fire and go to work. Get in there with Ugas. But you playing yourself. If you plan on getting back in there with Shawn Porter and thinking that shit is gonna supercharge your career, because it's not. It's not. They're not gonna look at you like, oh shit, he beat Shawn Porter. No, they're not gonna do that. I'm like, all right, he done it before. But if you lose, damn, yeah, Thurman might be done. Thurman might be done. Your stock has already dropped drastically because, this is another thing that you don't get. You were disrespected even when you was the HNIC on the PBC side of the street in the division. Niggas overlooked you. It was Spence, when Spence was a prospect, and Bud, when Bud wasn't even at a welterweight. He wasn't even a welterweight, and they were saying Spence and Bud. They didn't give a fuck about, even though they would be on national television calling you out. Calling you out. Everybody was like, yeah, Thurman, yeah, the fight to see is Spence and Crawford. That's the fight to see. That right there should have solidified to you that I'm just not that nigga. People live in the moment, man. Spence and Crawford have yet to be inactive. They're still active. Spence at the moment has the best wins at the welterweight division. Well, does he have the best wins? I still think you and him have the best wins. But if he beats Manny Pacquiao, yeah, bro. It's not even close. It's not even close. He would have beaten a nigga that beat you. So I think I don't think you understand that, man. And y'all cats is arrogant. Y'all get into certain positions that y'all like I've arrived. You haven't. You still. I don't even think you was selling like that. He was not selling like that, my nigga. And you kind of got the nerve to walk around with your nose up in the air like you done made it. You made it. Financially, you're set. Financially, you're set. But as far as your career is concerned, it's still obstacles and barriers you got to break down and go through. So just wisen up with your decision making, man. If you take this fight with Shawn Porter, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Because nobody is going to respect that shit. Nobody. Nobody. As good as a fight as it will be, nobody's going to respect it. As good as a fight Areola and fucking Andy Ruiz was, nobody respected it because it wasn't a fight that nobody wanted to see. Nobody give a fuck about it. It was a good fight, but all right, cool. Like, I'd rather watch another fight. I'd rather watch another fight. And even look at, I mean, that's another example. As good as Andy Ruiz won the fight, but he showed vulnerabilities off a dude that was coming off. Then was Ariola retired? He showed some sort of vulnerabilities. So what was the, man, I don't know, man. He got dropped by Crystal Ball. Like, goddamn. Never mind that they're boxers, world-class fighters. Never mind that. The fact of the matter is he got dropped by somebody and hurt multiple times by somebody that he wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to go in there and just steamroll. You're not looking at this shit logically. You're looking at it from your paradigm, and your paradigm just isn't logical. So all I'm saying is this, man. Be smart with how you move, man. Be smart. You ain't doing yourself no favors fighting Shawn Porter in a rematch. You're doing yourself no favors. Because, man, if you lose, whew, man, that's going to be something you cannot recover from. You won't be able to recover from that, and you just, nah. At that point, you may just want to consider retiring. Because you'll fuck around and be a laughingstock of the division. Which I would think would be unfair, but that's just how motherfuckers are going to perceive you. You couldn't be Shawn Porter after he lost, man, back-to-back losses. It is what it is. Peace.